yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay. We ride on the border down Texas way. Yip, yippee-ki-yay. We're bronc-busting cowboys all the day through. If you break the law, we will bust you. We're high in the saddle, yippee-ki-yay, yip, yippee-ki-yay. We're rough-riding Rangers heading out west. We like to sing but like fighting the best. We're high in the saddle, yippee-ki-yay, yip, yippee-ki-yay.
Everything's all set. Let's get this herd moving.
Hey, what does this mean?
Why didn't you stop when I hailed you?
Well, I thought it was a stick-up.
I'm Sergeant Jim Steele of the Texas Rangers. Where are you taking those horses?
I'm taking to the railroad junction at Soda Springs. Why?
Soda Springs is across the state line. All livestock entering or leaving the state must first be cleared at a ranger station. Didn't you know that?
Well, I'm sorry, Ranger, if I've caused you and your men any trouble. I reckon I'd better read up on these Texas laws a little bit.
Yeah, I reckon you had. Stranger around here?
Yeah, from the Pecos country. Pete Dawson's my name in case we meet again.
Well, we'll meet again if you try and drive any more stock across the line without getting a permit. Now turn around and start back. Check your horses through the regular control road at Dry Canyon Ranger Station. Yep. Yeah. Chuck, you and Ray keep on with your patrol. Make sure Dawson doesn't cross the line at some other point. I'll turn in a report to Captain Wise.
Now, look here, Captain Wyatt.
Just a moment, Mr. Blair. I told you before not to burst into my office until my orderly announces you.
I don't care what you told me. And I'm not waiting for anybody to announce me. Rustlers stole a bunch of my horses this morning and drove them across the state line.
Where'd they cross?
Up at Blue Lake. I spotted the herd and tried to stop them, but I didn't have a chance. But both the men and the horses got away clean.
Why didn't you call the Rangers who were on border patrol there? They would have helped you.
Don't make me laugh. There wasn't a ranger anywhere in sight. That so-called border patrol of yours is a joke.
That remark calls for an apology.
Not from me. You think because you were transferred from the regular army to take over this ranger station, you can run things any way you want to. Well, I think different.
I'm here to listen to your just complaints, Mr. Blair, but not your insults.
I'll talk any way I want to. I'm a citizen of this state, and I know my rights. Now, if you can't run things here and stop this rustling, I'll have the governor remove you and put somebody in your spot who can get results.
Summers!
Yes, sir?
Show Mr. Blair to his horse.
I'm leaving when I'm finished with my business. Now, here's a list of the stolen horses and a description. Now, you might make a copy of it. Well, that is, if you're not too busy.
Where have you been?
On border duty, sir. I have a report to make.
Your report can wait. Rance Blair, he informs me that a herd of horses was stolen from him this morning and driven across the boundary line near Blue Lake. Aren't you in charge of that patrol?
Yes, sir.
Well, why weren't you and your men on the job?
We were, sir, but we can't be in 2 or 3 places at one time. We spotted a wagon attempting to cross the line with some extra horses and ordered the driver to halt. He refused, and we had quite a chase before overtaking him. We sent him back to the regular control road.
That wagon was undoubtedly a decoy to draw you away from Blue Lake so the rustlers could drive the stolen herd across the line.
A smart Texas Ranger you turned out to be. You fell for one of the oldest tricks known.
Listen, Rance, you won't think I'm so dumb when I get through with you. Everybody along the border suspects you of being mixed up with the rustling and smuggling that's going on.
Well, suspecting and proving are 2 different things.
Maybe so. But one of these days, I'm going to hang your hat on a fence.
If you need any help, let me know. I've got a lot of men who aren't tenderfeet when it comes to handling guns.
Your remarks were far from diplomatic, Sergeant. After all, Rance Blair is one of the biggest ranchers in this state.
That's what you think. I don't. And this time I have a real clue to follow. I'm going to locate Pete Dawson, the driver of that decoy wagon, and have a little heart-to-heart talk with him.
You may be on the right track, but don't bungle it again. If you do, I'll have to ask for your badge.
Well, this is it, boys. You might as well pile out. What we're going to do? Too good, but I guess we might as well take a stand.
Hey, Bill, get my bundle, will you?
Hey, wait a minute there. Listen to me. We boys are going to find the life of Rangers plenty tough. We're going to be shot at by Indians. We're going to get saddle sore, and we'll be bamboozled by our superior officers. But there's a remedy. Now, when your nerves get worn to a frazzle, look up old Panhandle Perkins. That's me. And buy a bottle of my swamp oil. Well, it's the greatest nerve tonic ever concocted by human ingenuity.
I suppose you take it yourself.
Of course I do, my boy. Of course I do. Got to have nerve enough to face 3 Rocky Mountain grizzly bars and kill every one of them with my hand.
The new recruits have arrived, Captain.
Well, I hope they're better than the last ones.
All right, men. Attention.
A fine bunch of recruits. I send for Rangers. And what do I get?
Jackrabbits. But I've got a remedy for it. If the looks of these recruits get you down, Captain, I'm Panhandle Perkins at your service, sir. And I recommend a shot of my nerve tonic. Bottled in the swamps of Louisiana. A guaranteed cure-all for man and beast.
Quiet.
Yes, sir.
You're out here for ranger duty, not to peddle some quack medicine. Sergeant, take charge of these men. Show them to their quarters and see that they're cleaned up for review.
Yes, sir. All right, men, follow me.
You gotta roll out early when there's work to be done. There's no time for sitting, so we'll eat on the run. There's ponies to saddle, 'cause there's riding to do. Come on, you lazy cowboys, or you'll never get through. We'll ride, ride, ride through the hot burning sand, and we'll run down every outlaw in the land. And when the rooster starts to crowing, the people will be knowing that the Rangers never fail to get their man.
Had a gal in old Wyoming and one in Tennessee, but the gal from Louisiana made a salesman out of me.
You gotta roll out early when there's work to be done. There's no time for sitting, so we'll eat on the run. There's ponies to saddle, 'cause there's riding to do. Come on, you lazy cowboys, or you'll never get through.
I joined this bunch of cutthroats to be a ranger man, but I wound up in the kitchen washing dirty pots and pans.
You've gotta roll out early when there's work to be done. There's no time for sitting, so we'll eat on the run. There's ponies to saddle, 'cause there's riding to do. Come on, you lazy cowboys, or you'll never get through.
I joined this band of cowboys, figuring I'd be on the go, but by the jumping coyotes, they bade me cook and sew.
You gotta roll out early when there's work to be done. There's no time for sitting, so we'll eat on the run. There's ponies to saddle, 'cause there's riding to do. Come on, you lazy cowboys, or you'll never get through. We'll ride, ride, ride through the hot burning sand, and we'll run down every outlaw in the land. And when the rooster starts to crowing, the people will be knowing that the Rangers never fail to get their man.
What happened to Pete Dawson, Ray?
The last I saw him, he was driving his wagon back toward the Oasis trading post.
We're going to look him up and have a little talk with him.
Is that the gent in the wagon that Captain White was raising such a rumpus about?
Yeah. Why didn't the governor leave Wyatt in the regular army? This outfit was in good shape till he took it over. Military regulations, that's all he seems to know. If he has his way, he'll soon have us in brass buttons. Wish they'd pension him off and send a human being to Dry Creek.
Are you, talking about Captain Wyatt?
I certainly am.
You've got enough fighting to do around here without fighting among yourselves.
I didn't like that crank about Captain Wyatt.
Why not?
Well, in the first place, he's your captain. In the second place, he happens to be my father.
Well, what do you know? First time I ever knowed the old boy had an offspring.
I'm sorry. Guess I was a little hot-headed.
I'm hot-headed myself, Sergeant.
You must take after your old man. Shall we call you Junior?
No, just call me Tex.
From the East?
Well, I went to school there. I was born here in Texas.
Anybody that's from Texas is all right with us.
Well, thanks.
How come your dad didn't know you when you rode up?
Well, I guess he didn't recognize me. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yes, Army life does kind of keep people apart.
Say, you're pretty good with those dukes.
You're not so bad yourself. Well, I think I ought to clean this place up. We're due for inspection in a few minutes.
Inspection? I spent half my life being inspected.
All right, you new men. As I call your name, step forward. Harry Brown. John Gordon. Oscar Smith. Tex Wyatt.
Hello, Dad.
Joe Roberts. Panhandle Perkins.
At ease. Men, I don't know what experience you've had as Rangers, but from your looks, it couldn't have amounted to much. In all my career as a soldier, I've never seen a worse-looking bunch of misfits.
Just a minute, Captain. The Constitution of these United States gives every man a right to defend himself. I'll match my record as a ranger against yours anytime.
This is a military organization, and as your commanding officer, I should have you court-martialed for insubordination.
I ain't disputing your authority, Captain, but as one old Army man to another, I'm just saying what I think. Well, I was chief scout in the 7th Cavalry when you were there.
I thought I recognized you when you got off that wagon. We'll discuss the 7th later on, Perkins. And for the moment, I'll overlook your insubordination. Remember, though, while you're here, you'll take orders from me.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, dismiss the men and have Ranger Tex Wide report to my office.
Yes, sir.
Company dismissed. Tex.
Report to Captain Wyatt.
You, sent for me, sir?
I did. Why did you come out here?
Well, I wanted to be a Texas Ranger.
Well, I suppose you asked to be assigned to my troop.
That's right. I wanted to serve under you.
I don't know why you should. Your mother kept you away from me all these years. I almost forgot I had a son. Suddenly come back into my life and expect me to treat you as a father.
Well, I don't expect anything from you, sir, that I don't earn. I've always been proud of you, and, well, when Mother passed away, I wanted to do something to prove it. Of course, if I'm in the way here, I think you can arrange to have me transferred to some other post.
It's too late now. The whole company knows that you're my son. If I were to transfer you, they'd naturally want to know why. No. You'll have to stay here. But don't expect any favors from me. I don't live my life to be a hero to you or to anyone else. My first duty is to my commanding officers and my country. You will either rise or fall on your own merits.
I understand, Dad.
That's all. Summers? Get Sergeant Steele.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Steele. Oh, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Take Rangers Wyatt and Perkins and pick up the trail of the wagon that attempted to cross the line this morning. Make no arrest, but report your findings back to me.
Well, this is a detail for experienced men, Captain. I'd suggest to replacing your son with Ranger Chuck Borden.
If headquarters persists in sending me green recruits, they'll have to learn the hard way. You have your orders.
Yes, sir.
Does it look like the wagon, Jim?
No. Dawson may have pitched camp somewhere near here. If he did, he's probably inside. Now remember, you two, if we spot Dawson, don't let on that he's under suspicion. I want to find out who he works for.
Project. Hey, step right up, gentlemen. Step right up. I have here the most marvelous nerve tonic ever concocted. Swamp oil, my friend, swamp oil. Perkins' painless panacea. You know, it once gave me the courage to face a lion in his den, single-handed. Now, to introduce this marvelous remedy, I'm going to pass out this sample bottle. Stand up, my friend. Try it. Take one generous swallow and notice the difference. Why, you'll find it as smooth as baby soothing syrup. My friend, your nerves are certainly frail. I guess my tonic was too strong.
Why, you nearly killed that fellow with that tonic.
Yeah, that old boy certainly got fragile lungs.
Good evening, Jim. Who are you looking for now?
Do I always have to be looking for someone when I come here, Jean? Once in a while, I like to pay you a visit. Oh, I want you to meet a couple of new Rangers. Panhandle Perkins.
Howdy.
Tex Wyatt, Miss Jean Lauren.
How do you do?
Well, I'm sure glad to know you, Miss Lauren. Now I know I'm going to like this part of the country.
Someday a ranger will come into the oasis with a different line, I hope. Come on, Sergeant. You said this was a social call. How about a song?
Oh, some other time. I've got some other work to do.
Oh, then you didn't tell the truth about coming here to see me.
Reckon she's got you stopped there, Jim. Go ahead, I'm all ears.
And you're not kidding.
Which one of these fellas can play the guitar?
Well, I'll take a chance, but I'd rather have a zither.
Jack, give me the guitar.
Yeah, let me get a hold of that thing.
Campfire on the prairie, neath the western sky, while the moonbeams on the Rio Grande go drifting slowly by. Banjo strumming lightly, embers all aglow, while the twilight voices whisper soft and low. Breezes blowing gently on the desert sand, tumbleweeds that roll along the prairie land. Campfire shadows falling as I dream of you, while my heartstrings sing a lullaby for two.
Sounds all right, Jim.
Gene ought to know it by now. I've sung it at least 20 times.
I still like it.
Blair and the boys are coming in to take over. And you gents ain't wanted, so I think you better shake a leg and get out of here pronto.
He just handed out some good advice. You boys might be safer somewhere else.
Why?
Blair's parties get a little rough sometimes.
I reckon we can take it.
You must like this Blair to put up with his way of doing things.
That happens to be my business. He spends a lot of money here.
Didn't Slocum tell you this was a private party?
Yeah, but we don't believe everything we hear.
No? Maybe you'll believe this.
You shouldn't have been so quick, Block. Sergeant Steele and I are old friends. Isn't that right, Jim?
We're such good friends, Rance, that I always back out of a room when you're in it.
Are you backing out now?
No.
Maybe you'd better. I'm not partial to Rangers.
You wouldn't, considering we're on one side of the law and you're on the other.
Some of these days, you're going to have to back up your insinuations, Steele. It's not going to be easy.
When the time comes for me to back them up, Blair...
Even if this gent is giving a party.
Go ahead and serve them, Gene. I can stand their company if you can.
All right, Jack. Serve these gentlemen anything they wish. On the house. Have a seat, boys.
Thanks.
Say, Rance,
Hold it.
That's the wagon driver we're looking for. Keep an eye on him.
I'm gonna get some smokes.
I was doing all right till I got down to the crossroads, and there they were, right there.
Wait a minute.
All right, Rick. You're under arrest.
What for?
You'll find out when I get you back to headquarters.
What's all the trouble?
This man's under arrest.
Why, you're crazy. I ain't done nothing.
What up you gun, Tex? You're barking up the wrong tree. Don't pay any attention to him. He's just a green recruit.
Green recruit or not, this man's wanted and I'm taking him in.
Put that gun away.
Jim, you take your two troublemakers and get out of here.
Hello, Tex. Panhandle.
You were told not to make any arrests, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Then why did you go against orders and attempt to bring in Pete Dawson?
Because he was driving the wagon Jim chased. I thought we wanted him.
But you were told not to make any arrests?
That's right.
Caused us to lose our only clue. We've thoroughly combed the district for Pete Dawson, and he's completely disappeared.
I know it, sir, and I'm sorry.
And you failed. Ranger Wyatt, your enlistment in this company of Texas Rangers terminates today. That's all.
Don't you think you were a little bit severe on him, Captain?
I'll have to take that alternative.
But you can't expect a raw recruit to act like a ranger with years of experience.
I know my own flesh and blood better than you do, Sergeant. This lesson will do him good.
Maybe. But if Tex gets on the wrong track, the blame will be on your shoulders.
I'll have to take that chance. You might let me know what he does for the next few days, though. He'll undoubtedly find work around here someplace.
A man that's just been kicked out of the Rangers doesn't easily find work where people...
Maybe you better go back in to talk to your father, Tex. I think he'd change his mind if you ask him to.
Not me. If this is the way he wants it, this is the way he's going to get it.
Say, how about letting me go in and talk to him? We soldiered together in the old days. He ought to listen to me.
Forget it, Panhandle. I know where I stand. Dad never wanted me here from the start. Even if I had done something right, he wouldn't have liked it. You know, I was foolish to join his company in the first place. Best thing I can do is just forget that I ever had a father.
I wish things had turned out a little differently, Tex.
Well, so do I, but I'm not blaming you. I'll be seeing you.
Sure, we'll be seeing you.
Nice boy.
Yeah, I hate to see him go.
Hi, Jane.
Hello, Tex. Any luck?
Are you kidding? I've been looking for a job for a week. There's not a ranch in this country that'll hire me.
You talk like a 10-year-old. You're not licked until you admit it.
Oh, sure, I know.
Hello, Gene.
Hello, Rance.
Howdy, Tex.
Hiya.
I understand that little free-for-all we had here the other night got you into a lot of trouble with your old man.
You understand right. He kicked me out of the service.
Yeah, that's too bad. What are you going to do now?
Well, I'd like to find a job.
I reckon you'll find the going plenty tough. Ex-Rangers aren't very popular around here.
Yeah, so I've noticed.
Why don't you give him a job, Rance? You're always needing men.
Gosh, maybe I could use him at that. What do you say, Tex? How'd you like to wrangle horses for a change?
Mister, I'll wrangle anything if there's money connected with it.
Good. Where's your horse?
Down at the stable.
All right, saddle up. We'll meet you in a few minutes and take you on out to the ranch.
Thanks, Rance.
I think you ought to thank Jean over there. She's the one who arranged the deal.
Yeah. Thanks, Gene. Are you getting loco, Rance, putting a Ranger son in our outfit?
Tex is hot-headed. Right now, he's bitter enough against his father to do almost anything. We handle this thing right. We'll get Captain Wyatt in a spot where he'll have to listen to it.
I got you. Are you going to let Tex help us move that next bunch of horses across the line?
Why not? The sooner we get him mixed up with us, the better.
Feet. Oh, they're killing me. Well, there's no use for it. Now, Jim, I ask you if that ain't silly. There he sits with the howling dogs. Billy boy, my famous remedy is just as good for sore feet as it is for nerves. Now, I'm telling you, Billy, you can't go wrong. I ordinarily get $1 a bottle for my famous remedy. But if you're going to use it on your feet, I'll let you have this generous quantity for the small sum of 50 cents.
All right, Panhandle. I'm game to take a chance. But it better work.
Oh, Panhandle Perkins' painless panacea never fails. There you are. And you'll never regret it. Go ahead. It'll do your feet good.
My feet ain't felt so good in years.
I told you my nerve tonic was a wing dinger.
Oh, my feet. Oh, they're burning up. My feet. Help, somebody, quick. My feet, get them off. My feet, help. Get them off. Get them off, my feet. Get them off. Oh, get them off. Put them off. Get them off. Oh.
Boy, oh boy, you sure got a bad case of hot foot.
You and your high-pressure remedies.
Here's your boots.
Yeah, but you ruined my socks.
Well, you didn't have any socks when you joined up here.
Oh, go on, get out of here.
Donner just discovered a large herd of horses being driven toward the line. This time I'll take command. Come on, boys.
You're under arrest. You're one of the rustlers?
What if I am? I never thought I'd draw a gun on my own boy. I'm taking you in. Get back on your horse.
Get going.
He sure got away from me, Captain. Who was it?
I never saw him before.
I tell you, I don't know nothing. And even if I did, I wouldn't do no talking.
If you want to save your hide, you'd better come clean. Who ordered you to drive those horses across the state line?
Nobody. I bought them from a rancher down in Sonora. I didn't know they were stolen.
Where's the bill of sale?
Oh, I didn't get one.
What was the trader's name?
Well, I forget.
You forget a lot of things, don't you?
Well, supposing I do.
Let me give him a shot of my nerve tonic, Jim. That'll loosen his tongue.
No, it might kill him, Panhandle.
So what?
Listen, Block. If you'll tell me the names of the other men who were in with you on this horse deal, I'll see you get off with a light sentence. If you don't, you're going to go up for a long time.
How do I know you'll keep your word?
I'll put it in writing and have Captain Wyatt witness it.
All right. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything you want to know. But you're going to write out that letter first.
Just a minute. Sergeant Steele, I'm afraid you overstepped your authority in offering the prisoner leniency.
But it's perfectly legal, Captain.
The court should decide that. Take the prisoner out and put him in the guardhouse.
You can't do this to me. I got rights. I got rights, I tell you.
Yeah, we
He
know.
made me a promise.
You got rights.
Let go. He's going to keep that promise.
I'll go anyway.
You can't do this to me.
You're not fooling anyone, Captain Wyatt. Who are you trying to protect?
What do you mean by such a question?
Only that you didn't want Block to do any talking? You were afraid he might mention your son's name.
This is a private affair, Sergeant. And I intend to handle it in my own way, regardless of whom it hurts.
That's what I expected you to say, sir. And I want to help you. You see, I sort of like that hot-headed son of yours, too. I feel that you and I are the ones to blame for what's happened to him.
Thanks, Jim. I guess I've built such a thick wall around myself for so many years, I haven't been able to understand the problems of anyone else. Even my own son.
The first thing we've got to do is to get a full confession from Block Nelson. Come on.
Oh, Summers! Captain Wyatt's changed his mind, Block. He'll get you off with an easy sentence if you just name the rest of your gang. What kind of a gag is this? Wyatt just said it was up to the court.
I know I did, but I'm willing to take the responsibility of arranging a lighter sentence for you if you turn state's evidence.
All right, I'll take a chance. What have I got to lose? Not a thing. All right, Summers.
The Rangers are coming. Get out of here.
disappeared into thin air. Before we can pick up the trail?
Ah, it's no use now, Panhandle. Maybe we'd better get back and see how badly Captain Wyatt is hurt. Well, that's funny. I wonder where the captain went.
Maybe this ain't the right place.
Oh, it's the place, all right.
Maybe he got back on his horse and headed for the trading post. It ain't very far from here.
I doubt it. But we'll stop off at the Oasis and make sure before returning to headquarters.
Wait a minute. What do you expect to gain by this?
Well, we ain't had an important guest here in a long time. And knowing the Ranger captain real well, I want to pay off one way or the other.
What do you mean by that?
You'll find out. Take him inside. I'll get some water and wash that wound.
What's up, Kip? You sent me out there just in time. Block Nelson won't do any more talking now.
Good. Anything else?
Wyatt and a couple of Rangers took after me. I led them into a trap. 2 of them got away. But Captain Wyatt's out at your place now, wounded.
That's perfect. Father and son.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, Tex. I'm terribly sorry I got you mixed up with Rance. I had no idea you was dealing in stolen horses.
Oh, forget it, Jean. After the way my dad treated me, I'm lucky to have any kind of a job. Besides, I kind of like it around here.
Hiya, Kip. Been getting everything ready for the drive. We're going to meet out at my place, then start moving the horses about midnight.
Good. Which way we taking them?
Through the pass, at the foot of Table Mountain. All right, Jack, let's have a little bourbon. Yeah.
Good afternoon, boys. What will it be?
Not a thing, Jean.
Oh, we're looking for Captain Wyatt. Have you seen him?
Not today, Panhandle.
Excuse me. Tex, have you seen anything of your father?
Why should I see him? He doesn't want any part of me.
Maybe not. Well, we were ambushed a couple of hours ago, and he was injured in the fight. When we went back to look for him, he was gone.
My old man can take care of himself. I'm not interested.
That's a fine way to talk about your father. For all we know, he may be seriously hurt.
Listen, Ranger, when I got into trouble, he didn't show me any sympathy. Why should I worry about him now? It's none of my business.
Well, I'm making it mine.
Let them fight. I like to watch a good scrap.
When's driving a big herd across the line tonight? Where are the horses? Up at Rance's place near Table Mountain.
That's enough, Tex.
All right, Ranger. Take this medicine chest with you and get out of here.
All right, Panhandle.
I thought you could fight.
Oh, I did all right.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've a mind to go back in there and teach that young squirt that I'm no medicine chest. I'll show him.
Come on, get on your horse.
You're all right, Jake. Well, let's get started. Goodbye, Gene.
you up to, Jim? Playing tag or something?
You'll find out soon enough, Panhandle. I want to talk to Gene a moment, then we're heading for Blair's ranch. Come on. Me off during our fight.
And we thought he had gone bad.
Where's Wyatt? Inside.
Good afternoon, Captain. I'm sorry I have to detain you here.
If I'd listened to Sergeant Steele, the situation might have been reversed.
Well, you didn't, and now you're listening to me. You know by this time the kind of business your son is mixed up in.
Whether he's my son or not, he'll be judged by the company he keeps.
At least I'm more welcome in my present company than I was with you.
I'll let you go, Captain, if you'll promise to put on the soft pedal and leave us alone.
No. Regardless of what you do to me, the Rangers will take over and you'll all be swinging at the end of ropes.
All right, if that's the way you feel about it.
Wait a minute, Rance. Maybe I can convince him.
All right, go ahead. If you've got any sense, you'll listen to your son.
You ought to know by now that you can't run things around here. Maybe I ought to pound a little sense into his head.
You better come around the raw way, you're thinking. You've only got about 5 minutes. All right, boys. Come on.
Captain Wyatt must be in there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Better get him out of there before the fireworks start.
Why, it's Rangers.
looking this way, and I'll go up and smoke them out. Jim, boy, did I smoke a lot. That hold me.
Take care of him.
Yes, sir.
How do you like the fight, Dad?
Well, as a team, we're all right.
Hello, Jim. Oh, good work, Tex. Thanks. Hello, Captain. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. What about Rance and the other men?
The boys have got him outside.
Good.
All right, you boys, come on.
And it's such men as you who will make the West a great country. Sergeant Steele?
You will take 2 men and report for duty at the Rio Grande Station. I advise you to select men whom you feel can successfully carry out a dangerous mission. Yes, sir. Tex Wyatt?
Yes, sir.
Panhandle Perkins?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, let me compliment you on your selections. You may dismiss the men.
Company dismissed.
Tex Panhandle, come with me. I'm glad he picked you, son.
So am I, Tex.
Oh, thanks.
We're high in the saddle, yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay. We ride on the border down Texas way, yippee-ki-yay. We're 3 Texas cowboys heading out west. We like to sing but like fighting the best. We're high in the saddle,